I am delighted that you are joining us, and we are here for our live event. And we are doing a live event on Instagram. Hello, Celine. Good morning. And we're doing a live event on YouTube. So, good morning to my YouTube friends, and good morning to my Facebook friends as well. It is always a pleasure to be back with you, to be sharing with you, to be guiding, to inspiring you to create more and experience more in your life. Because life is meant to be really enjoyed and really cherished. And there's so much more that you could be having, doing, being, experiencing in your life. And I absolutely am here to help you accomplish just that. So I want to welcome you again. We are going to be investing some time here together today. And we have a very, very important subject. And if out of all the subjects, good morning, out of all the subjects that I speak on and teach and guide people to, this is very likely one of the most important subjects that there is. And it's the subject of the disciplines that you can create in your life to experience success. So yes, I will be taking your questions a little bit later. I want to do a teaching part first. I am delighted to address any questions that you have when we have our live events, and so thrilled that you decided to get on the call here with me this morning. And I see we've got Giselle, Jeanette, Pamela, Christina, Anna, all on Facebook right now that have said hello. So I want to say hello to you. And on the YouTube channel, we have the Habit Master. How perfect that you're here, Stephanie, because we're talking about disciplines today, which are habits. And I'm going to talk about habits as well. And it's always good to see you. And P. Brown is on the live chat as well. That's who's also said good morning. We've got lots of folks on Instagram right now. And good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning to everyone that's here. So let's first talk about you and you creating more and even better results in your life. And good morning, Colette, Laurette as well. And let's talk about the reason why you would even want to create better disciplines in your life. I think that's a really great place to start, because no one really starts to make changes in their life until they feel a sense of either one of two things. Either they're dissatisfied with something in their life or a part of their life or some kind of result. And let's use a great example of that. Weight is a great example of that. People get to a point where they may have been chalking up or adding on all these extra pounds, and then they just go to a point where they're like, enough. And they make a decision that they're going to change that because they're dissatisfied with themselves or dissatisfied with where they are at that point in their life. And therefore, they're going to establish some new disciplines. And usually it's a discipline of a couple of things: eating better, eating healthy, or being on a strict plan, and or exercising as well, perhaps a combination of those two. And therefore, when they follow those disciplines on a regular basis, they're going to get the results that they want. And another reason why people establish new disciplines for success is because there's something that they want. They've either thought about something, seen something was inspired within, and then they're like, bam, I am going to do this, have this, be this, whatever that might be. Another example of that is someone who decides that they're in a job that they don't currently love, and maybe they're on their way to work. Now, of course, this is a combination of dissatisfaction and a passion, but they're on the way to their office and they're thinking, you know what I would really love? I'd love to get up in the morning and simply do work that is meaningful to me, that is really fulfilling, that feels really good, and has a wonderful sense of accomplishment, and earning lots of money. And there's no cap on what you can possibly earn. And what a wonderful inspiration that is to establish some new disciplines. So whatever the reasons are for creating new disciplines and following new disciplines, it usually comes from one of those two areas: either a desire to change something in their life or create something in their life because there's a sense of dissatisfaction, and or they've just decided it's time. There's been a burning desire, maybe something they've wanted to do, have, or be, or experience for many, many years. And they just said, all right, now is the time. So they make a commitment that I am doing it. I'm going to make this happen. So how do you decide which disciplines to implement into your life? Well, there's a couple of ways that you can decide which decisions or disciplines to implement in your life. One way is to follow a mentor or a guide or a teacher like me. And I'm going to talk to you today about what my disciplines are. And I know there was a question that was submitted as well about disciplines for the business as well. I'm going to get to those questions in a little bit. And so we're gonna talk about, that's one way, is through a mentor that can give you some guidance on that. And another way is through perhaps you've watched a video online, or you've had a conversation with someone, or you saw something somewhere and you just thought, oh, I like what they're doing. You might not even know this person. I really like what they're doing, and I'm going to follow through with what they're implementing. And it was inspired, your decision to make the discipline or to incorporate the new disciplines was inspired by perhaps something that you saw or heard. It could have been even a casual conversation that you have with someone. You know, yesterday, my husband and I were on our way back from my mother-in-law's place. We went there for the weekend. She had a big family celebration on Saturday night, which was wonderful. It was great to see everyone. And I know my husband had an absolutely incredible time. And we're driving back, and my husband and I were talking about these events that I'm doing on Facebook and how much I love them. You know, I got to tell you guys, and Celine can definitely validate this, and I have goosebumps actually as I'm saying this. I love doing these events that we're doing right here. I think almost more than anything else that I do. I absolutely love doing these events, and I love that you show up. Thank you so much for showing up. And please, next time, invite your friends as well. The more the merrier, as they say. And so we're talking about that, and I was telling Denny that a lot of the people that ultimately end up either at our live events, we're doing a live event in May, right here in beautiful Ottawa, the nation's capital. It's called Masters Manifesting, and with Phil Goldfine, who's a friend of mine, Academy Award-winning producer. And I'm also doing a very high-end event, something very unique, something extraordinary. So the two of us, Phil Goldfine and I, have come together, and we're doing something called High-End Manifestors. And you're going to hear about that in a little while. But what I wanted to say is that part of the reason why a lot of people get involved in our programs or in our offerings is because they have that desire to create better results. And not only do they have the desire, but they've made a decision that they're going to make some positive changes in their life. And so they commit, right? They make an investment in themselves. And so by doing these events, it helps people get to know who I am, and also my knowledge, my experience, you know, the success that I've created and enjoying right now and experiencing in my life. And therefore people get to know you, like you, trust you. And so Denny was telling me, that's my husband, Denny was telling me that he was watching some videos online, and it was a golf instructor, and he was on YouTube. And my husband loves to golf, and he's been golfing for many, many years. And part of Denny's desire and his goal is to improve his game, which is a typical desire for many golfers, is they want to get a better score, a lower score when they're out there on the golf course. And so he was watching this video on YouTube of an instructor who's obviously knows what he's talking about. I think he was on the pro tour and maybe trained some professional golfers as well. So he knows what he's talking about. And those are the people you want to learn from. And he was telling me that as a result of watching these videos, that he decided to invest in the program that this gentleman offered. And so Denny's been studying. He's been studying all these online classes. And he also bought some kind of a device that helps him with his swing. And so why I say that is, it's fine to have the desire. And this is the starting point, right? We have the desire. We're just like, yes, I'm making the change. I've made a decision that I'm going to make an improvement in my life. But you've got to commit to it, right? You've got to create some kind of a commitment either to yourself. You make a decision with yourself, maybe commit to someone else that you're going to do something, and then get on a plan, right, to actually implement these new disciplines. And so when I think about the disciplines that I've been following for all of these years, they're really disciplines that that I've learned from other people, or the disciplines that I've created myself. And a lot of the disciplines that I've created have just come from ideas from the study that I've been involved in. So for 41 years, I've been studying, and I consider myself a teacher, yes, but I also consider myself a wonderful student. And as Bob Proctor says, the best teachers are the best students as well. And therefore, as a result of that, I've been implementing disciplines in my life significantly over several years. But I really believe that where things started to have a quantum leap in my life was when I created a discipline tracking sheet, like when I really decided, okay, it is time. And I think it's time for you too. I really think it is your time to really make some quantum leaps in your life if you're ready. And if you're ready to make those quantum leaps, I'm ready to help you. And yes, we're doing our live events, but we've got other ways that we can help you as well. So when we do these live calls, I mean, we're on for such a short period of time and it goes by relatively quickly, as you know. And but if you do want to take it to another level, we've got opportunities for you to do that. And of course, just go to peggymccall.com and make sure you sign up for my morning manifestation videos. I just sent one out a few minutes ago before we got on the call. They're free. And not only is there an advantage to receiving these free videos every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but also you will hear about any kind of special events that we're offering or any kind of programs that we have available for you. So absolutely get yourself registered for those free videos if you haven't already. Okay, so let's talk about your disciplines and what you're going to be doing. And I'd like to ask you, everyone that's on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, what are the disciplines that you are now incorporated or have incorporated in your life that you're now doing every single day that you have found make a big difference in your life? So type them in the Instagram chat thing, on the YouTube chat thing, on the Facebook chat. Type in what are the disciplines that you're already following. Now, I suspect, based on the people that we have on the call here right now, that I'm going to be seeing a number of people saying to me that one of the disciplines that they implement is their Power Life script. And if so, great. And I really hope so, because that is my most powerful discipline that I've ever incorporated in my life. And I have my little earbuds beside me here. It's plugged in right now. My niece gave me this cute little case. I love this little case. Looks like a kitty cat. So I have my earbuds here. It's green. It's all plugged in, ready for me to stick in my ears. Oops, my little phone saw that. And I'll be listening to my Power Life script 7 times every single day. And I do that every single day. And I have for years. Now, I haven't always listened to my Power Life script 7 times a day. I decided to do that about a year and a month ago, and I found that it really makes a difference. Now, why would that discipline make a difference? Well, essentially what your Power Life script is doing is it's reprogramming your consciousness, your subconscious mind, and that's the way that you create. So let's see. Oh, great. Genevieve is here. Hi, Genevieve. Good to see you. Power Life script in $1 million a month, where I study every day. I love that. Wonderful. Good for you. Stephanie says, the Habit Master says she's eating keto. Good for you. I love that. And 3 things on my to-do list helps me work towards my goal. The next book is done and I'm working on my bonus materials. I love that. That is great. Celine says, my favorite disciplines are the Power Life script. I'm so happy that you're doing that, Celine. Reading, I love that too. 1-hour workout, lots of water, and veggies, just to name a few. Wonderful. Okay, great, great. And who else? Study meditation, says Janet. Each morning, listen to my Power Life script 3 times a day. Yay, Janet, I love that. Good for you. That is wonderful. All right, great. And Pamela, for 6 months, has been listening to our Power Life script. I love that, Pamela. Good for you. Peggy's morning manifestation and gratitude. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Hey, Shelly, good to see you on here as well. Okay, great. So we've had some folks share with us what their disciplines are, and I love that. Well, I'm going to share with you what mine are, and I've added 3 new disciplines since just about a week and a half. 3 new disciplines. I can tell you what they are. So I have a lot of disciplines that I'm incorporating every day. One of them is enjoying this wonderful coffee. My husband makes me coffee every morning. I love him so much for that. All right, great. So this I have here, for those of you that can see this, is a little discipline tracking sheet. Well, not little, but a discipline tracking sheet. And on the top, it says the daily discipline tracking sheet. It has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then it has a list of what the disciplines are here on the left-hand side. Now, I created this daily discipline tracking sheet for myself. I just did it up in a Word document, and we actually give these away to anyone that attends our Masters Manifesting and anyone who's in our high-end manifestor program. We work with you on establishing your disciplines to make sure that you are definitely on track. Now, I have on my daily discipline sheet 8 different things that I'm doing every single day, but that doesn't mean that they are the only things that I'm doing. I'm doing more than that. But the reason why a daily discipline tracking sheet can really work for you is because when you have a list, right, and it's in front of you, and you know you have to check off those items that are on the list, you're more likely to stick with it. All right, that's the reason for this. This creates a habit, a more effective habit for you to ensure that you're doing these things. So on the top of my list is gratitude. And gratitude is something that I implement and have been doing for many, many years, decades, many, many years. I started doing daily gratitude back in the 90s. And by every day writing in my gratitude journal. And, I was chatting with my, whoa. Sorry about that, guys. I just had a dizzy spell there for a moment. And when I was doing our last Masters Manifesting event in Sarasota, Florida, with my good friend and Academy Award-winning producer, Phil Goldfine, he was telling me that he does gratitude all day long. And he said that I'm doing it right now. He was standing on stage. And so he's not somebody that just sits down with a journal every morning and writes what they're grateful for. He feels his main goal, his number one goal, his C goal, he feels as if he's accomplished that multiple times a day. So what does he do? He feels the gratitude of it. Just really connects to what does that feel like now that I have that in my life, and really feels and expresses that gratitude. And how you know if you're doing it effectively is essentially based on how are you feeling. And if you're doing it, you're really feeling that gratitude, maybe you're getting tears in your eyes or you're feeling a full body goosebump sensation, then you absolutely know that you're on track. All right. So that is how you know you're doing it effectively. So gratitude is something that you can do in the morning. Yes, first thing, but it's also something that's extremely effective for you to do throughout the day. So I've added that to my list as well. So gratitude, well, I didn't really add it. I just sort of made it even better. And that's something else I want you to think about. The disciplines that you're involved with now, do them even better, even more effectively. That's the best thing that you can do with that. All right, the next discipline is affirmations. So every day I do affirmations. I have them written down. I have them in my journal. I grab my gratitude journal every morning. I view, first of all, the first thing I do is I view my income statements or my sales reports. I view my bank accounts. I actually don't even have that written down. I don't even have it listed on my sheet, because I just do it. My bank statements are sitting on top of my gratitude journal. So when I go to grab my gratitude journal, it's the first thing that I grab. So I invest a few minutes with those, and I've talked about them before. They're mock-up statements for my business bank account, my personal bank account, and my investments and my sales reports of outcomes that I desire as if they're already done. And so I do that every day as well. That is a great thing to do, by the way, really, really great thing to do. I've done that before. Like I remember years ago, back in the 80s, when I wanted to turn my financial situation around, I would take, like I had a line of credit and I had it all like racked up, and I took my line of credit statement. I used whiteout because we didn't have, this access to what we have today. I used whiteout and I put zero balance, but still credit available, and stuck it on my fridge. And I saw that every single day. You can do that with Visa statements. If you are carrying a balance that you wouldn't, you no longer want to have, you want to have it paid off, you can do it with anything. And so that's a suggestion of something that you can do. I also do affirmations in the mirror every day. So I look at myself in the mirror and I say my affirmations every day. Those are all memorized, so I don't even have to have them written down. But if you want, type them on a sheet of paper, stick them on your mirror so it'll remind you to do them, right? That'll help you with your daily disciplines as well. Isn't this great? You guys loving this? This is so much fun. So I want to help you have even better disciplines. The other discipline that I have, I've already mentioned, is my Power Life script. Now, I want to, I mentioned to you that I listen to my Power Life script 7 times a day. So I want to invite you to do your Power Life script, improve upon it if you're already doing a Power Life script. And if you're not, do it. I absolutely suggest that you do it. You can go and sign up at powerlifescript.com. But here's 2 things that I want to suggest for you Power Life script users, or those of you that are intending on using the Power Life script. One is ensure that when you're listening, and I know we've got a number of people that are listening multiple times a day, ensure that when you're listening, you are actively listening, like really listen to the words and connect to the feeling states, right? It's all about the feeling. It's all about the feeling. That's what's most important. All right. So you definitely want to be feeling it as well as listening to the Power Life script. And the second thing is listen to your Power Life script multiple times a day. Don't listen to it just once. It's so easy to do. Like I plug my earbuds in and bam, I can listen to it. No problem. I could be working and listening to it. I could be having a conversation. I could be walking the dogs. I could be at the grocery store. I could be driving to the grocery store and I'm listening to it. All right. So make sure that you enhance that. Okay. A new discipline that I've also implemented in the last little while is I am writing out my goal statement, my top goal. I'm writing it out every single day, multiple times a day. And I have a journal for that, a special journal. Now I have that journal sitting in my family room and sometimes it's on my desk, but it goes with me wherever I go. And the reason why it's in my family room is because yesterday when I was writing in my journal with my affirmation, that's where I left it. So, and it's also, I like to keep it right in front of me. This is a great thing to do if you want to ensure that you're going to stick to your disciplines, keep it in front of you. Same thing with your daily discipline check sheet. Keep it in front of you so that you see it every single day. And of course, that you're checking these things off every single day. The other thing that I do is I have a goal card. And I carry my goal card with me, or if I'm in my office, sometimes I'm just in my office all day long doing meetings or teaching or developing or whatever I'm doing. I'll take my goal card out of my case. And right now it's in my phone case, which is on Instagram right now. And I'll put it right in front of me. And I'll have my goal in front of me all day long, or I'll put it in a pocket. I don't have pockets on the pants that I'm wearing today, but if I have a pocket, I'll put it in my pocket so that I, will touch my pocket and feel it and pull it out and read it every single day. Same thing with a goal card. You want to discipline yourself enough that you're really connecting to the emotional state while you're viewing your goal card, not just reading it for the sake of reading it. It's about the feeling, right? It's all about the feeling. That's what I want to express today. It's all about how you're feeling. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It's all about how you are feeling. All right. You got to connect to your goals as if they've already been accomplished. The next thing is pre-sleep. So every night before I drift off into sleep, I ask myself a very wonderful question. I've recommended this to you many, many times. And that is, now that my dream is fulfilled, how do I feel? Now that my dream is fulfilled, and this has become a habit because I do it every single night. So beside my bed, I have that question and it's right there. I used to have it on just a little piece of paper, but now I have it engraved on a piece of wood and it's right beside my bed. So I don't have to look at it or think about it. It's become a habit, a wonderful habit, but I really connect to that and I drift off into sleep feeling very, very satisfied. All right, great. And then the next one that I do is study. And so I study every single day, and I've been studying every single day. Sometimes I study a little bit, sometimes I study a little bit longer. But a new discipline, remember I told you there were 3 new disciplines that I've incorporated in my life. And this is another one of them, is I read, and I noticed somebody wrote, Feeling is the Secret. I read that book every single day. It takes me 25 minutes, but I read it out loud. So I read it out loud to myself. Sometimes my husband will be in the room and I'm reading and he gets to hear it as well. So I read Feeling is the Secret out loud every single day. And that's a 25-minute exercise. Another thing that I do is exercise. And I know Celine was saying that she does an hour of that. So exercise is something that I actually have been doing in a variety of ways. And it could be done by going for a brisk walk. It could be, going down. We have a gym in our home. It could be going to the gym and working out in the gym. It could be going to a gym if you want, or if you have a trainer, someone you work with. Exercise is a wonderful thing. So not only is it important to keep our mind active and healthy and definitely improving, but our physical body as well. So those are the disciplines. But having this daily discipline checklist is really a powerful tool that'll make sure that you're checking these things off every single day and that you're really sticking to these activities to ensure that you're going to produce even better and better and better results. All right. So that's what I suggest for your daily disciplines. I know many of you are already doing disciplines. You're doing them anyways. It's just, what are you doing? I think it's an important question to ask yourself and really evaluate, what am I doing every single day? And out of all those things that I'm doing, which one of those, or which ones, it could be more than one, are really taking me in the direction of my goals. And if you're somebody who's really looking to experience quantum leaps, you want to get very serious about this. Like if you really do want to experience better results in your life, I would suggest you take this very seriously. Not that you're not having fun, not that this isn't an enjoyable process. It's a very enjoyable process, especially when you're producing the results that you really want to experience in your life. But I would suggest commit yourself today to really stick to some disciplines. Start today. It's one day at a time kind of thing, and ensure that you check off. Now, you don't have to have multiple things. Like as I said, I have 8 things on here. There's other things that I'm doing as well. Visualization, there's additional things that I'm doing. But you can decide, even if it's adding one thing and then add another thing and then add another thing. It's a really great idea to add, not necessarily just add to your list, but to stick to it. Stick to it. So create that daily discipline check sheet. Another thing that you can do is get yourself an accountability partner, someone that you can be accountable to and somebody who will be accountable to you, and just check in with each other. Make sure that you're sticking to whatever it is that you're doing. Sometimes people do this when they're dieting, right? They're looking to get to a certain weight, and therefore they have partnered up with someone and they've said, okay, we're sticking to this and we're going to be very, very committed to our outcome. And if so, that's fabulous. Then you're definitely going to stick to it. Okay, so we've had a number of questions that have come in today that I want to get to next. As I said, the teaching part's usually going to be about half the time that we're together, and then we'll do questions. So I'm ready to do some questions with you guys now. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love that. Okay, great. Okay, so let me get to the questions. I could certainly use another coffee. All right, great. Let's see. Where did I put them? They're right over here. Okay, great. So the first question is from Akim. And Akim is asking, when I fix a goal, then other opportunities come to me, and then I cannot give full attention to my goal. Actually, before I finish this, you're saying you cannot give full attention to your goal. That's a paradigm. Absolutely, you can give your full attention to your goal. You've got to practice that. Create a better discipline to give your goal full attention. And then Kim goes on to say, I'm in a goal for a job, same time another job opportunity come in front of me. Well, then just ignore it, right? When you're focused on a goal or a particular outcome, there will always be distractions. But when you get laser focused on really focusing in on that goal, and you hold that goal, as Bob Proctor says, hold it with your will, right? Will is part of our mental faculty. It's a choice that you have. So I suggest choose to be the person who's absolutely focused on that outcome, focus on the goal. And when other opportunities come up, you're not interested. Why? Because that's not the goal that you're looking toward. It's very easy to say, no, thank you. And then just stay focused on the outcome that you desire. The next question is a question from Gabrielle *1. She says, what are the daily disciplines that you had in your business to become successful and achieve wealth? I love that question. Well, the daily disciplines in the business aren't a lot different from what we've just covered in this session that we have today, because you bring yourself to the business. Like, I am my business. I'm not the only part of my business, but I am my business. So the better I can be, the more disciplined I can be with my success, the better it's going to go as far as my results are concerned. However, there are a couple things that you can do as far as disciplines are concerned to really help grow your business. And I'm going to share with you what some of those are right now. One of them is to set some objectives for the business. What are the goals that you have for the business? It's very important to have goals in a business and establish that. That's definitely one of them. Another discipline in business is to ensure that whatever you're doing, you're bringing great value to the world. We're compensated based on the value that we bring to the world. So I'm all about finding ways to serve people in even greater and grander ways. It's a daily discipline. It's a daily practice that I have. How will I serve today an even better way than I've ever served before? All right. And you've got to do that without any expectation of anything in return, right? Like, we're doing these live events on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. And there's no idea whether there'll be anything coming back to me as far as return is concerned. I love doing it. I love, sincerely, genuinely love helping people, love guiding people. And you got to get that philosophy as your philosophy and be disciplined to implement ways that you will serve people in only positive ways. And a couple examples of that are the following. One, I do my morning manifestation videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I started doing that years ago. They cost me money to create. I pay to have them captioned. I pay to have that intro and extra added to it. I don't do all of it. I pay someone to blend them together. So they cost me money. Now, are they returning to in the business? Probably. And I think I know they're serving people in only positive ways. And I know that because I get emails back from the thousands and thousands of subscribers sharing that with me. So that's a discipline of sticking to that. Another thing that we're doing right now, these live events. That's a discipline. And that's something that I'm committed to. Do I have to do these? No, I don't even have to work anymore if I don't want to, but I do because I love it and I want to help people. And I was talking to my husband about that the other day. I was telling Denny that I went to an event where I was speaking in Los Angeles, and a woman, I don't know who she was, I don't know what her name was, she came up to me in the hall and she grabbed me by my shoulders. And she held me by my shoulders and she had tears in her eyes and she said, "You saved my life." And it's like, wow. And then she went on to explain, how I helped save her life. And she had been involved and is involved in one of my programs, $1 million a month. And she was telling me that it really saved her life. It saved her life for a number of reasons, because I teach the mindset part of creating success in that program. And as well, it's very practical on what do you need to do? What are the steps in order for you to create a source or multiple sources of income? And so when you have those kinds of experiences go on where people tell you about how you've changed their life, that feels really, really, really good. So these are some of the things, some of the wonderful ways that when you implement positive disciplines in your life where you're serving people without knowing if there's going to be any kind of return, it will come back to you. Also, I was asked recently to go and speak at an event in Germany. And I will very likely be doing this. Now, I pay my way to get to Germany. I pay my hotel. Of course, I always travel first class. So it's going to be days out of my life, days out of my agenda, and a rather, significant investment for me to get there. And I'm going to help. I'm going to go contribute at this event. Will there be a return in that? Possibly, probably. I don't know though. And it's kind of like the business that you're in. Like quite often when people establish their businesses, they don't know what the return is going to be. They don't know what the sales are going to be. They don't know what kind of results they're going to get, but you've got to discipline yourself enough to be of service to others. And there will be times, of course, when you're going to be compensated, and you should be compensated, and you will be compensated as well, because you will be bringing something of value to the world. So those are the disciplines, set some objectives for the business, make sure that you're staying on track of them. Like you've got to ensure that you're creating profit in your business as well, because if you're not a profitable revenue producing business, you'll be out of business. And so those are just some of the disciplines. And then of course, everything else that I talked about earlier in this call, talking about the things that you absolutely should be implementing in your life in order to create even greater success. Okay, awesome. Okay, so the next question is from Fatima. She says, I set goals and working really hard to achieve them and take action, yet nothing is happening. What can I do in this case? All right, Fatima, I love that you're asking that question. Thank you so much. Stay connected to the outcome and the feeling states as if it's already been accomplished. It may just be around the corner. It may be something that's going to show up for you very, very soon. Most people overestimate what they can do in short periods of time and underestimate what they can do in long periods of time. And you got to stick with it. You got to stick with it. You just ensure that you are absolutely in alignment with your goals. Ensure that you are doing these things that are connecting you to the outcomes, feeling as if you've already accomplished those things every single day. Those are the things that you absolutely want to be doing on a very, very regular basis. When you do that, the results will come. They always do. The laws work. It's not something that is reserved for just a select few. The laws of the universe, the law of attraction, law of vibration, law of polarity, the law of cause and effect, they work for everyone all the time. It's something that's on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So stick with it, and I'm certain that you're going to get the results that you're looking for. Takes time, and I think that's probably one of the biggest challenges that people experience is that they get frustrated, right? They're not seeing the results that they want in a short period of time. And if you're frustrated, you are absolutely out of alignment. The moment you're frustrated, love to you too, the moment you are frustrated, you are out of alignment. Because if you're frustrated, you can't possibly be feeling that it's already here right now. So really watch your emotions. Watch your emotions. If you're feeling like you're not getting anywhere, or if you're feeling that it's not working, and I know, because I was there. I remember back in the early 90s thinking this crap doesn't work. And I was frustrated because I wasn't seeing significant changes in my life. But what I realized is I was sabotaging. And most people are doing this. They're sabotaging. They are in their own way. You got to get out of your own way, and you got to get yourself in full alignment with the goods that you desire. Absolutely essential for success. If you're not doing that, you're not in alignment. Another thing that I actually have as a discipline, and this is something called a vibrational alignment sheet. And on this sheet, I'll explain what's on here, is you write your goal at the top, and you can write this on a little piece of paper. You don't have to create anything formal. I did this in a Word document. Let me see if I can show you guys as I move around the menu. And so basically what it says is it has the goal at the top. You put the rating here. It's 10 down to 1, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And you ask yourself, and I even wrote the question on here, like on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is a perfect alignment. 10 means you are absolutely aligned with your outcome as if it's already done. All right, so think about this. Let's just think about a goal that you have. Now, I know someone on the YouTube had posted what their financial goal is. So think about a goal that you have right now. It could be a financial goal, could be a weight goal, could be some other kind of goal, could be a business goal, could be a relationship goal, could be a purchase a dream home goal, whatever it is, any kind of goal. Just think about that one goal right now. And then now, as you're thinking about that goal, I want you to think that it's already been done. It's accomplished. That goal has been achieved. All right, think about that for a moment, like really connect to the feeling state. Wow. Okay, so what are you feeling? You're feeling wonderful. You're feeling maybe relief. You're feeling gratitude. You're feeling strong. You're feeling happy. Whatever that emotion is when you're feeling that, you're just, we did that in a matter of seconds. You're using your imagination and you're connecting to that feeling as if it's here right now. So while you're in that state of imagination, then you're feeling it as if it's here right now, right? You're feeling it genuinely. Well, you're at a 10, right? And where you want to be every single day is that perfect 10. You don't want to be 7 or 2 or some other number on here. And the purpose of this is just to create the awareness to notice, where am I in this moment? Am I in alignment or am I out of alignment? So when we think about the goal or the question that was just asked, are you feeling that alignment all day long? Because the moment you feel frustration, you are completely out of alignment. The moment you feel sad, you're out of alignment. The moment you feel angry, this stuff doesn't work like I did, you're out of alignment. And that's what I was doing many, many years ago. It's like, okay, I understood it. I was studying this and I was, really getting it and, working it and having some positive change in my life, but not the dramatic changes that I was really looking for. Because when I started studying this, I was really in a space of desiring to have these dramatic changes. It wasn't until I disciplined myself enough to really take this seriously back in the early 90s that things really started to shift. So you can see it takes time, and we can be our best friend, we can be our worst enemy, and we got to get out of our own way and really commit to this now, right? This is your life we're talking about. This isn't a trial run. This isn't, maybe in the next lifetime it's going to be better. No, now is the time that you really want to discipline yourself. All right. So really get like, you can get angry, like to get to the point of saying, I'm going to make the changes right now in my life. And that sometimes is a great place to be. Why? Because you're dissatisfied. And when you're in this dissatisfied state, it's going to stimulate you to do something about it. Because I know more. I'm going to do something, and I'm going to do something right now. All right. We got a couple more questions that have been asked. We're going a little over time today, but that's good. I'm happy to be here and happy to serve you guys. All right. The next question that we have is from Janet. What helps you stick with it? Janet, what helps me stick with it is this. The discipline tracking sheet, that's what helps me stick with it. That is definitely one of the key things that helps with that. Now, Janet, I don't know if you were on the entire call and you heard me talk about that, but if not, check the recording because I did go over that. That's one thing and a very important thing and probably the only thing that you need to stick with it. But another thing that inspires me to stick with it is remembering why I'm doing it. Like every time you set a goal in your life, there's a reason, right? There's something behind it. There's something that's inspiring you to go for that goal, whatever that is. It's your reason. It's not anybody else's reason. It's your reason. So when you're really connecting to your why, that will inspire you to stick with it as well. Great question, Janet. Thank you so much for asking. The next question that we have is a question from Vikas. It says, I set my alarm every night to wake up early in the morning, but I do not and stop an alarm and sleep again. What should I do? That's a great question. And the reason why I'm smiling at that is because I don't set an alarm unless I'm catching an airplane, but I don't set an alarm. I just wake up when I wake up. I let my body wake me up. However, that's not ideal for everyone, right? It's not something that everyone can do, especially if they have a job that they have to get to and they know that they must get there on time. So what do I suggest that you do? I suggest that you make a decision and do this one day at a time. Make a decision that you're going to do this tomorrow. When your alarm goes off, that the next day you're going to get up and you're going to jump out of bed. The moment your alarm goes off, you're going to jump out of bed with enthusiasm, right? Create some kind of a enthusiastic state. You might want to put that on your daily discipline checklist as well, and then check it off. Yes, I got out of bed today. Just do it one day at a time, right? Start tomorrow. I'm going to do it tomorrow. And then once you do it, then just say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to do it again. What'll happen is once you really start to do this one day at a time, you're going to find that you're really going to stick with it and you'll be committed and disciplined enough to do it. All right, Janet, I really appreciate your kind words here. Thank you for your personal stories. You know, I just really love being with you guys. Thank you, Pamela. Nice words. Thank you, Laurette. I really appreciate being with you guys and sharing, anything that I can to help you create even better success. And you know what I love about you is that you're here, right? You had a choice whether you're going to be here or not today, but you chose to be here. And that says something to me about you, right? It really does say something about you, that you're obviously looking to create even better results in your life. And when you're ready, it's like when you're ready, the teacher appears. And I'm here to help you. I'm here to guide you. I'm absolutely committed to you. I'm committed to helping you create even more success in your life. So we're going to be back again together 2 more times this week, on Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern and again on Friday at 12 noon Eastern. We're going to be talking about more ideas, more strategies for you to create even better results in your life. We do have topics for both of those classes. I'll be teaching again at the beginning of the call, and then I'll move into the open Q&A part of our call as well. Typically, we have committed to 30 minutes for the calls. Sometimes we go a little bit longer as we've done today, and that's perfectly fine, providing I don't have another call immediately after. But I think on Wednesday and Friday, I do have calls immediately following our open live events. But I really invite you to come back. Also, make sure you follow through. If you're not on the Morning Manifestation video list, go to peggymccall.com and you'll see the link to sign up is right on the front page of my website for Morning Manifestation. And these are videos that I deliver to you Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Of course, they're all posted on YouTube. They're posted on Facebook. They're posted on Instagram. You can catch them there as well. And invite some friends, bring people along, have one of those watch parties. All right. That's also a really fun thing to do. Okay, great. Okay, so one more question. Another question just came in. It's from Stephanie. She says, I need to up my marketing of me and my products. Do I need to implement paid advertising? Well, sometimes paid advertising can work for sure. And I'm doing a lot of free social media stuff. Any ideas? Yeah, a couple ideas are, if you're going to do some advertising, I would do some advertising where you're really testing the ads, ensuring that they're producing results. The ads that work best are ads that send people to free offerings. Of course, you know that because you're in my elite circle for quite a while. And the other thing that you can do is look at getting other people on board to help you. So affiliates as well is something that you can implement. And Stephanie, I believe you're in the $1 Million in a Month program as well. So what I would do is I'd study. Like we go through all of that, the launch strategies. Go back in and study some more. You'll get inspired. You've got the desire right now. You'll get inspired with even additional ideas on how you can even grow your list. But you might want to start looking at getting other people to help promote you and spread the word. And I'm certain you're going to get great results. I love your disciplines to success as well. I love your commitment. I love how you're constantly producing even more and more and more. I love how you're committed to the marketing as well, because the marketing is really key as far as creating great success. Okay, everyone, I wish you a wonderful day, a wonderful couple days. I'll be back with you again on Wednesday. I look forward to seeing you then. Bye-bye for now. Thanks, Celine. I appreciate you.